Hey, good afternoon. As you may have heard, there's been a court case in Springfield that's been going on concerning the temporary restraining order. And as of last Friday, the judge stated that she would have a ruling, a decision on that no sooner than this Friday. There is speculation, rumor that she will not have that decision prepared or ready for this Friday. It's going to need more time, and it will most likely be the next Friday, which would be February 4th. So not this Friday, but a week from. I don't know. That's just speculation, rumor. The only thing that I do know as a fact is that she stated it would be no sooner than this Friday. So I wanted to touch base with you and kind of go through what are the potential outcomes and what are the implications of those as a parent of a student and for my student that attends Dunlap 323. So the first outcome that's potential is that the TRO is denied. If it's denied, then our current procedures are not effective. A second outcome is that the TRO is granted. Now, within that, there are actually three components to it being granted. The first one is it's granted and it's a certified class action. And what that means is it applies to all students, all 4,600 plus students here at Dunlap 323. And what it means is the district would be prohibited from mandating any student to wear a mask or excluding any student from school as a close contact. Another option under it being granted is that it would be granted, but not class action. So it would only apply to the students that are specifically named within that lawsuit. So obviously a much smaller number, a very minute number in comparison to the 4,600 students we have enrolled here. The third option under it being granted is that the TRO would be granted in a motion to stay enforcement pending the appeal to the appellate court. What that basically means is the judge is saying, I'm granting the TRO, however, don't change anything, continue to do what you're doing until this gets appealed to the appellate court. I think either way it's going to get appealed, but under it being granted, if it's stay in place until it gets to the appellate court. And then the question is, well, how long is that going to take? Well, I've been told that the appellate court will act quickly. I believe they have 3 days to file the appeal, and then that the appellate court would take action within 9 business days unless an extension is granted. So those are the four possible options as you look at this. So one, it's denied, doesn't change our procedures. It's granted and class action, so it applies to all students. It's granted, but only those specifically named. It's granted, but with a stay in place order until it goes to the appellate court. You know, I've been asked 100 times, you know, well, what do you think is going to happen? Well, my guess is as good as yours, but my gut feeling, and I think it's a pretty good educated guess, is that the TRO will be granted and that a stay enforcement pending the appellate court will be part of that. Again, no scientific evidence, that's just a Scott Dearman guess of what's going to happen based on just different things I've heard. And I could be wrong. At the end of the day, the whole crux of the issue is whether or not these executive orders are legal or not. And when this is all said and done, we will have a definitive decision and a court order as a result of it. And that will help determine our direction moving forward. Obviously, this has gone on long enough and we're ready for a definitive. So I'm glad this is coming to conclusion, hopefully soon. And we'll have a definitive court order, which will then tell us whether or not they are or are not legal, and at least settle that part of the argument. So that's the first part of the discussion I wanted to have with you and kind of give you an update on where we're at and what to expect. The second part is, you know, obviously I've heard, for February 1st, send your kids to school without mask day. I'm just going to appeal for you. Please don't do that. The executive order is still in place, or, you know, it could be overturned. You know, if we get the ruling on Friday, like I said, we might. But either way, the decision is coming very soon. And until we have something that changes that, you know, the executive orders are still in place like they have been all year. And, if your student shows up to school without a mask, we're asking them to put one on like we have all year. And, if they won't, we're going to have to send them home. And that's just going to add a lot more undue stress, unnecessary stress, especially at the building level for your principals and your classroom teachers, having to deal with this, probably more at the building principal, because they're going to be seeing the kids when they come in. I understand your frustration probably more than anyone. I get it from both sides literally every day. I'm ready for this to be done too. So I'm hoping this court decision, whatever it is, happens quickly, so that we have a definitive answer and help determine our direction from there. But I'm just pleading with you, please don't do that February 1st. I understand your frustration. We all want this to be over, but it would put an undue burden on especially your building principals, and those people have been on the front lines from day one. And I just would appreciate your cooperation in that. Thank you for your time. Hopefully that answers your questions. Take care and have a good day.